What if I told you that the key to learning a new language isn't buried in some dusty old textbook, but it's actually hidden inside a song? Today, we're going to try a totally different approach, one that unlocks language right through the heart of Korean culture, all by using the power of music.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? Staring at those endless flashcards, wrestling with grammar drills that just make your head spin. It can feel like such a chore, and it's totally disconnected from why we even wanted to learn in the first place, which is to, actually connect with people and their culture.
But what if there was a more emotional, and honestly, a more effective way to learn? Well, there is. It's music. See, songs don't just teach you words. They teach you feelings, they teach you history, they teach you the very soul of a language. It's really the ultimate shortcut to getting a much deeper understanding. To show you exactly how powerful this can be, we're going to dive into the music of one really iconic group, the Korean folk duet Sunflower, or as they're known in Korean, Haebaragi. Just think of them as our musical guides on this little journey into the heart of the Korean language.
The thing about their sound is that it's not intimidating at all. It's not complex. It's more like an open invitation. The music kind of feels like a warm hug, which makes it super accessible, even if you don't understand a single word yet. It's just comforting, and that is the absolute perfect place to start.
So, why them specifically? Well, first off, their pronunciation is crystal clear, which is a huge help for any learner. The melodies are really gentle and easy to follow, and the lyrics, they're all about universal stuff, love, happiness. On top of all that, they are so beloved in Korea that learning their songs gives you this instant cultural connection. It's a total win-win.
But to really, truly appreciate their music, you kind of need to understand their story. Because Sunflower's journey isn't just about pretty melodies. It's like a mirror that reflects the entire story of modern Korea itself.
You can basically see their career play out over three distinct eras. They kicked things off in the late 70s, during this big folk boom, singing songs about freedom. Then, boom, the 80s and 90s hit, and they transformed into these pop ballad superstars, with their songs about love just dominating the radio. And now, today, they're these nostalgic icons whose music is like a cherished soundtrack for a whole generation.
And that evolution is just fascinating. They went from the raw acoustic sound of the 70s folk movement to this super polished pop ballad style that just took over the airwaves. This change isn't just about music either. It tells you a story about Korea itself, a country moving from an era of protest to an explosion of pop culture.
Okay, so theory is great and all, but let's actually see this in action. We're going to break down one of their most famous songs to show you the kind of deep learning that's really possible here.
The song is called 행복해 주는 사람, and the translation is just beautiful. It means, the one who gives me happiness. I mean, right from the title, you can feel the warmth of the song and its message of pure gratitude and love.
The core message here is just so powerful. It's basically saying, because you exist, I gain the strength to live today. Think about that. It's all about how the simple presence of a loved one can be your greatest source of strength. It's such a simple, yet profound and totally universal feeling.
Now here's where it gets really interesting from a language perspective. The lyrics use a very specific word for you, but it is definitely not the word you'd use when you're ordering a coffee. So, what is it? The word they use is gude. It's this poetic, almost old-fashioned term that you really wouldn't use in everyday conversation. It's reserved for things like poems, love letters, and, of course, songs. It carries this deep sense of affection and respect. You can think of it as the difference between just saying you and saying something like, my dearest.
And that right there, that is the magic of learning through music. You didn't just memorize a new word. You learned about formality, about emotion, about poetic expression in Korean culture. You learned how a feeling as deep as love is truly articulated. So you might be wondering, okay, this is cool, but how do I start this journey for myself? Well, it is so much simpler than you think. Let's just break it down into 4 super easy steps.
First, just hop on your favorite music or video platform and search for Haebaragi. Next, find the lyrics online. Try to get them in both the Korean script and the Romanized version. Then, get a basic translation, just to understand the story. And finally, the best part, just listen. Follow along with the words and just let yourself connect to the feeling of the music.
And that's really the big takeaway here. When you learn this way, you're not just building a vocabulary list, you're building an emotional dictionary. The words get linked to melodies, to memories, to genuine feelings, and that's exactly what makes them stick.
So your journey really starts right now. With this method, this entire world of music and culture is literally at your fingertips. So the only question left is, what Korean song will you learn first?